Hello, hello, and welcome back. Today, it's too hot to do a car conversation, so we're gonna have a in the studio conversation. Um, Conversation I wanted to have today is really about six key components that I believe need to happen. And if you follow me on social media, then you know that I've been like repetitively talking about these six things. And I want to kind of just highlight really quickly why they are so important. So, number one, expanding the Supreme Court. Why I continue to harp on that one is because number one, it's the only way that we're going to stop this conservative agenda that we are seeing here play out in America. But also, one of the first cases that is going to be coming up for the Supreme Court when they resume, when they come back, I believe in October, is a case out of North Carolina. And that case in particular deals with voting. Deals with voting. I don't know what that was. Deals with voting. So, in this particular case, they are trying to give full power to the state's um, legislature to decide or determine the outcome of elections. So, basically, taking any kind of oversight in regards to elections from the federal government and putting all the power on the state's level. And you know what's going to happen with that, especially in the red states. You know what's going to happen with that. So, that's why I really, really harp on expanding the Supreme Court. The second one, ending the filibuster, because if if we don't end the filibuster, um, Democrats have power now, but that can change, and they need to get shit done now while they have power. And they won't be able to do it while the filibuster is in place. You see how Republicans are using that to their advantage because they know Democrats won't get rid of it. They won't get rid of it. They know that. Um, the next thing is protecting voting rights. You can only protect the voting rights if you get rid of the filibuster. You can only codify Roe if you get rid of the filibuster. And codifying Roe gives uh, women autonomy over their own bodies. You know, we're all human beings. Uh, Men get to say what happens with their body. Why can't women? That makes no sense. So, expanding the court, ending the filibuster, protecting voting rights, codifying Roe, um, ending the Electoral College. I harp on ending the Electoral College because that is one of the key components that was part of the attempted coup that we saw happening on January 6th. One of their ways of play, if you will, was to send or try to get Pence to send the elections back to the states so they could put in place these fake electorates. If we don't have an electoral college, then they cannot try that route again. If we still have the electoral college in place, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do? It's not that they're not going to try it again, they're just going to try it better so they can try to get away with it. Um, so, ending the electoral college. And the last thing is banning assault weapons. I don't understand why this does not make common sense to everyone, but um, the through line, the common denominator in all of these mass shootings, or the majority of these mass shootings, is the assault rifle, is the AR-15, is a weapon of war, of mass destruction. So how is it not common sense that you get rid of or you ban the assault weapon? There is no common sense law without using your common sense to say, what is the common denominator here? What are all these mass shooters using? Oh, well, this one over here, dealt with poverty. This one over here dealt with some mental illness and smoked some marijuana. And this one over here is just angry at all people of color. But guess what? The one thing they have in common is assault weapons. So ban them. Ban them so we can stay alive. Okay, so let's run through this really quickly again. We're going to push for expanding the Supreme Court. Two reasons why. They're getting ready to fuck with our votes, and their conservative views are going to take us backwards, back to 50s, 20s, or beyond. or even before, in the filibuster. Democrats can't get anything done with the filibuster in place. They cannot protect our voting rights. They cannot codify Roe, which are the next two things on my list. And then ending the Electoral College. If you don't end the Electoral College, they're going to try the shit again. They're just going to try it better. And the last thing is banning assault weapons so we can stay alive.